The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 is packed full of improvements and upgrades to make this Samsung's best foldable phone yet, so make sure you hit subscribe now and we'll get right into it. So first up, it's your last chance to get the reservation deal for any of the new Galaxy phones coming this week. There's absolutely no commitment to buy, and all you've got to do is put in your name and email address, and you'll not only get an exclusive launch offer, but you're also going to be entered into a draw to win 5,000 in free Samsung credit. So if you're even considering any of the new Galaxy devices, then go ahead and do that now by clicking the link down in the description below or the card in the top right corner. Next up, we've finally got some confirmation on the new Z Fold 6 Slim, but unfortunately it's not going to be at this Galaxy Unpacked event, and it's going to be coming a few months later instead. Now it will, however, get some upgrades to the Z Fold 6, and it's not only going to be slimmer, but we're also getting a larger display with a 6.5-inch cover display and then an 8-inch internal folding display. But to achieve this, the S Pen digitizer will be removed, so that means there's no support for the S Pen. Now it's also going to be for a very limited market, and while we don't know what that means at the moment, we know that China is going to be a part of that release schedule, so my advice is not to worry about it for now, as it might not be available in the USA, the UK or the EU. Now when it comes to the Z Fold 6, however, we've had all of the official marketing materials leaked, and this confirms all of the upgrades. And for a start, we're going to get a change to the form factor. It's going to be slightly shorter and wider than before, and it's now 14 grams lighter than the Galaxy Z Fold 5. We've also got a big upgrade to the brightness of the foldable internal display, and it's now 1.5 times brighter with a peak brightness of 2600 nits. We of course get the AI features that we expected, like Live Interpreter and Circle to Search, and it's coming with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and 12 gigs of RAM. Now the material also confirms that the camera system remains unchanged, and so does the battery as well as the fast charge technology. It also confirms that we won't be getting a titanium frame or Gorilla Glass armor like we saw on the S24 Ultra. Now something that is going to change, however, is the price. We've had both EU and USA leaks, and they confirm a 100 increase across the board. So if you're in USA, you can expect the Fold 6 to start from $1,899. If we're in the EU, you can expect €1,999, and for the UK, expect £1,849. For those of you wanting a bit of the experience now, we've also got the official wallpapers leaked for both the Z Fold 6 and the Flip 6 thanks to YTechB website, and for those of you that want to download the full quality wallpapers, I placed the link down in the description below. Now of course, the official launch is on the 10th of July, and it's just a couple of days away now, and we're going to be seeing the Fold 6, the Flip 6, the Watch 7 and the Watch 7 Ultra, along with the Buds 3 Pro. Now as I said, if you're even considering these devices, then make sure you reserve now by clicking the link down in the description below. We're no doubt going to get some further offers when it comes to the pre-order, and I'm going to share them as soon as we know. But for those excited for the Z Fold 6, we're now going to run through the full specs, design and the expected pricing to help you guys decide if it is the phone for you. So with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6, we get a 7.6-inch foldable 120Hz dynamic AMOLED display. While it's the same size as its predecessor, we're expecting improvements in brightness, color accuracy, as well as durability. It's coming with a resolution of 1812 by 2176, and it's going to be protected by Samsung's newest ultra-thin glass. Now there's also going to be less visible creasing in the center of the new foldable display, as well as water and dust resistance. For the external display, we get a 120Hz dynamic AMOLED protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 3. It's going to be a 6.2-inch display, and while the current resolution is unknown at the moment, Samsung are reportedly working on a much wider aspect ratio, and we're also going to see improvements to the brightness and color accuracy, and it will of course have a punch hole camera in the top center. Now the selfie cameras are going to be a 10-megapixel wide-angle camera on the cover display, followed by a 4-megapixel under-display camera on the internal display. Then over on the rear, it's a 50-megapixel primary camera, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, and then a 10-megapixel telephoto with 3x optical zoom. Now it's actually the same camera system used in the predecessor, but hopefully we will still see some improvements thanks to the software. It's going to be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 globally, and we get 12GB of RAM with up to 1TB of storage, and this will of course be UFS 4.1. It's coming with a 4400 mAh battery, and while fast charging is still currently unknown, we're hoping for improvements to both wired as well as wireless charging. In terms of connectivity, we get advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3 and Wi-Fi 7, and then we also get ultra-wideband support. And it's coming with One UI 6 based on Android 14, and it's expected to launch from $1,850 in August 2024. So overall, the Z Fold 6 is looking like another minor upgrade to the Fold series, and again, they're focusing on software and user experience rather than completely redesigning the phone. A lot of focus has been going into AI, and the new form factor is going to be a refreshing change, although it is very minor, but it's going to be interesting to see how the consumers react to it, although personally I would have liked to see just a little bit more width to the display, although maybe that's where the Z Fold 6 Slim is going to come in the future. Now, given its similarities from the predecessor, I can't imagine anyone with a 5 is going to be rushing for an upgrade, but if you've got an older Fold or looking to get your first Fold, then it could be a great choice. Now, with launch just a couple of days away, we pretty much know everything there is to know, but there will be a couple of bits at launch. But thank you for watching today's video, and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest tech.